First day back today. It is the 5th of January. As you can imagine, we've had lots of emails, lots of things to catch up on, and retainers and standalone projects to continue. So we've got a busy month coming up. So I will be taking you to more places because I did lag a little bit last month, as it was quite quiet in a sense of going anywhere. So yeah, we'll talk through some of the projects that we're working on this month, take you to some places that we're going to, and yeah, you'll see a lot more behind the scenes. And the office will also finally be done after 6 months. So for every brand design we do for a client, we will always have a little explanation to sort of explain about our design thinking and what we sort of like what went into it and why we did what we did. So these are sort of the sort of things that you can expect, and you will also see some of the branding mocked up, so they can sort of visualize exactly how it could look, in terms of where it may be applied, and sort of the touch points across the brand. So this is what every single client will get. So for example, this client has had 5 concepts. So we've done 5 different ones for the client. And basically this is what they will receive. And then it comes down to amendments, feedback, and sort of refining until we can get to that final point. So today it is the 13th of January. I thought I'd just come on and talk for a minute. Basically, just to talk about how we have been doing so far in January. So we started back last week, and we have been non-stop. So um, we've got a lot of new projects. So we've got 3 or 4 new projects that we've just taken on already, and we're sort of powering through those already. We've really made a good start. And basically we have some more potentials that are going to come our way. So basically a lot of them are branding. We've got a couple of websites as well that we're working on, and we've also still got our digital marketing retainers who we work with. So it's just about sort of balance really, and about how we balance our time and try to make sure that everything is done in a priority order, which is sort of brings me back onto one of my previous videos about how we use our sort of client management software, and we maintain the projects on there. So we've got quite a few shoots as well booked in. We're in Tannebrain on Thursday to get a bit more content for a video that we're doing. We've also got a couple of dental shoots coming up, and we've got a electrical energy company as well that we're working with, who have just brought on this year. So yeah, it's been quite a good start to the year, and we are still waiting for the chairs for the office. So I'll just show you the office now. So this is where the chairs are going to be. Ignore the dog beds, telly, and this side is sort of done. So we just sort of need to bring more into this space so we can have a little area for people to sit, clients and so on, and then it will feel a little bit more homely. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think this year is going to be a really good year. I mean, I know everybody says that, but we've got a lot going on. And last year was great. So I just want to continue the momentum and work with new people and work on new projects. So we're currently working on some window vinyls for the City Golf Club. They are an indoor golf club based in London. They will be opening their doors very soon. I think it'll be spring. We've actually been working with these guys since late last year. Well, actually, mid last year. So it's been quite a while. And basically, what we're doing is we're just sort of doing the extras for them now. It's been a great process, and I'll talk more about that branding as it comes out. But for now, here's a little preview of what we're doing. Today, I thought it would be good to start the video in our new setting inside the office with the new furniture as well. We've waited for about 4 months for these chairs to come, so yeah, pretty happy with these. And I think it's great to sort of make the space a bit cozier, just to obviously help us when we're sort of in here to feel more at home, and it definitely makes life easier when you're sort of here for hours on end. So, yeah, so we've got a lot planned during February. We've got loads of new projects that we've just taken on. Two or three of them are just golf related, which is sort of happening and keeps happening since last year, really, which is great. But it's great to break into sort of an industry, which we have done. We have got a few other website projects. We've got some smaller, larger, and so on. So we've been working on some really nice bits. We've been working on some new icons for Lemonade Golf Club. We've got a clothing brand, Etiquette, who have originated from golf, who we have been working on. We've got a new project, which is a golf fashion brand that have come to us. So we're going to be starting that this week. And new accommodation brand that are based in the Scottish Highlands. So it's been a really nice mix of projects, and we do get a lot of projects that aren't actually local to us anymore, which is we're really thankful for. Most of our clients are UK wide now, and it's taken us quite a while to get there. But I think once sort of the work's out there, and especially the power of social media and how far it can actually go, has been amazing. Talking of the power of social media, we put an ad post out last week for some freelancers, and within a day, we basically had about 400 applications. It was insane, and we whittled it down to four. Um, the reason I'm talking about this is because what we found was a lot of people didn't really read the brief and read about what we were actually asking for. So it was really important for us to find the right people and, try and get through and sift through all of those emails, because I think it's really important when you're applying for a role that you should read what the brief says. Really, we did ask people to just contact us via email, which was frustrating because obviously everybody decided to try and call and WhatsApp, which, as much as you probably think that you're trying to get through to people, it's actually sort of pushing us away from you. So if you are watching this and you are applying for a job, that I would really advise just to sort of do what they say, send your portfolio to the email that they asked for within the time frame, and then obviously wait to be approached if your portfolio is strong enough. When I was a lot younger, I was obviously applying for jobs. I'm talking about 10, 15 years ago. And what I did find was that I didn't get a lot of responses. And I think I used to find that quite rude. But I think when you're on the other side of it and you're receiving like 400, I don't think it's easy to, it's not easy to reply to every single one. It would literally take weeks to do that. So you've got to sort of try and get through it and then just put a collective message out to everyone thanking them. There is a lot of talented people out there, and it was really, really hard, but it was actually quite interesting, really, because one of the first sort of couple of people that actually did send them were the right people that we needed. So it was almost like the universe was bringing them to us. So yeah, they're helping us with another project which we've got down in London, which is a golf facility, indoor golf facility, similar to one project that we worked on last year, but they're in a very different location. So that would be quite interesting to see how we do that. And when we get projects that are quite similar or, from the same industry, we really try to differ everything and try and look at everything in a different perspective. So, for example, we have got quite a lot of golf fashion brands, like I said, and it's about sort of trying to make sure that everyone has their own individuality and you're not sort of just templating it every single time. And you've got to take a different approach. And I think when you're working with the business owners, that they all sort of have their own vision and have their own sort of morals and views on everything. So I think that is important, to sort of make sure that you're working with them to sort of get that information out of them. So yeah, really busy February. I will be going down to London later in the week, which I will be taking this video with. Haven't been that great recently at these videos. I think you sort of go into a bit of a lull at some point, so it's just trying to keep on top of the videos. But yeah, it's been a great start to the year, and January was an amazing month. Very busy. Hence why we didn't have a lot of content in January on the video, but in terms of what we're doing moving forward, it's going to be great. And now the office is obviously all done up as well. We do need to paint the walls. It's starting to come together and makes it feel a lot more at home. So yeah, I'll
the burnished clay. So again, working really closely with the printer, he uses one in Norfolk to achieve that effect. So
Hello. So today we are in Devon, Barnstable. We're doing a bit of content today with one of our clients, Next Wave Dental. So it's a 5-hour journey from mine. But we really needed to get some good ad content, stuff that we could put out on meta ads. And we wanted to get some more detailed videos about the services that they offer and everything that they're doing. So gonna be going in today, so I'll put some new behind the scenes stuff in the next video. And yeah, we'll update you. So today, I thought I would talk about a little bit of a not sensitive subject, but a subject that we sort of deal with quite a lot with our clients, or we have done in the past. So recently, what I'm finding is a lot of our clients, when we get to sort of more of an amendment stage or a sort of secondary stage within the branding process, the client can struggle to communicate what is actually wrong with it or what they don't like about it, or trying to give us honest feedback without sort of, maybe they feel like they are offending us, or maybe they feel like they don't really know where to go with it. So they sort of find themselves not sort of communicating and ghosting us in a way, which obviously we totally understand. Like these parts of the process are quite hard. And all I wanted to talk about really was our main idea of branding and our sort of process, sorry, is that it's mainly about communication and about speaking about what can work and what can't. And what we find is we get the best outcomes of, final designs with brand identities when ourselves and the client have communicated and sort of gone back and forth and decided, um, what works and what doesn't work. So we really, really want our clients to be able to talk to us and to communicate and to understand that these things aren't always simple and easy roads. And, like the path is sometimes windy, and, you need to go to certain places inside that process to get to the final outcome. We do say to most of our clients when they inquire, I'd say 80% of the time, most people want changes and amendments, whereas the 20% they are happy and they will say, oh, you've nailed it, concept one, so on. So what I wanted to say really was we will help you get through that process. We'll help you understand why something's not working, or you know what you don't like about it, and we want to pick apart that and what the client isn't finding that is working. So for us to sort of figure out what will work if we can have that conversation. So we need to try and understand the business, and we do set a brief, a brand questionnaire at the start for the client to fill in, but sometimes we need more. And especially the client at the start needs to know what they are looking for, or if they don't, then they need to express that so that we can understand exactly where they are in the process and where they are in their heads. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that really, and just sort of tell clients or any future clients that we are here to help. This is what we do. This is the process, and sometimes if communication stops, then the process can sort of get more difficult from both sides and can sometimes end not in the best way that it should do, or the client can feel that they would maybe have to take the work just as it is, when that's not the case. We are here to help, and we are here to get that final outcome exactly right for you guys, and obviously something that we can be proud of to put out there. So if you are interested in our brand services or want to understand the process a bit more, then I will more than happily have a chat with you guys. Or, if you just want to inquire and talk more about everything that we do, then that's also great.
In a steak knife, that steak.
Oh, yeah.